It's a pretty big deal here. They just announced the core set and a classic format. So we got a new format similar to Wild. So in card sets from Year of the Dragon, Rise of Shadow, Saviors of Odulum, and Descent of Dragons, and Demon Hunter Initiate rotate to Wild, the launch of their next expansion, or with the launch of their next expansion, they're planning on moving Basic and Classic to Wild to make way for the new core set. There's going to be a new core set. No Basic, no Classic. We've known that this is going to happen for a while. We did not know that they were going to go to Wild, that there was going to be a new format and a thing called a core set. Not a corset, a core set. So the core set is going to replace Basic and Classic in the standard format and will contain 235 cards. I think super important here, it's going to be free to all players. That is a huge deal. Hopefully this lowers the barrier to entry and a lot more people can either come back to the game or pick it up who have kind of been scared about that high barrier to entry. So they say that some of the core set are returning from previous sets. Some are reimagined favorites. 29 are completely new. So hopefully we can see some reimagined classic cards that we love. Maybe like maybe Leroy, maybe Sylvanas. That would be really cool. So 88 cards are returning from Classic, 54 from Basic, 55 from Wild, 4 from Ashes of Outland, 4 from Demon Hunter Initiate, 1 from Hall of Fame, Shadow Form. Oh, so Shadow Form's coming back. And then 29 new cards, 20 class cards, and 9 neutrals. I wonder if this means that they're not going to bring back old Hall of Fame cards reimagined, like Leroy? No, hopefully they do. So it's like Basic that you get the rewards for the core set by just leveling up each class. And then golden versions can be unlocked by completing achievements. So that's pretty cool as well, having some aesthetics locked behind those achievements, because right now it's just the points really, right? I think. So unlike how Basic and Classic functioned previously, the core set is going to be refreshed each year. That's kind of a big deal. The game is going to feel more fresh each year. I believe it's not only going to have a rotation, but a core set reset, or they're going to touch it a little bit, refresh it, and the ones that rotate will automatically be swapped with new ones in your collection. So the game will feel fresh without you having to dump money into it, hopefully. So Basic and Classic are going to join Wild in the form of a card set called Legacy. So instead of being called Basic and Classic, it's just going to be Legacy, I guess, just to simplify things. And they're going to be adding a Classic format. This seems really cool. You're going to have the original 240 cards as they were in 2014, which is when the game came out, I guess similar to WoW Classic. It's going to be a Hearthstone Classic, so you can just play the game as it was, as they were in the first patch, or whatever patch number this is. So you're gonna have Classic Warsong Commander that gives minions charge. You're gonna have Smite that can go face. Leroy Jenkins costing 4 mana. And so if you want to relive the old days, you'll be able to now. This seems really, really cool. So here we have an infographic here. We're gonna have Standard, which is gonna have the core cards, a core card set and the current card sets. And then we're going to have Wild, which is going to have Legacy, which is Basic and Classic in addition to every other set, and the core card set and what's in the current sets. And then we're going to have Classic, which is its own thing, just the original game with the original cards. And the Wild will have the nerfed cards and all that stuff. So Classic's going to have its own matchmaking pool. Seems really cool. I'm definitely going to dabble in this myself. I don't touch Wild too much because the deck seems so broken, but I do think Classic seems like it's going to be a good time. Hopefully Wild gets spiced up too by the rework and everything. Increasing deck slots from 18 to 27. I'm constantly deleting decks to make more space every day, so it'll be nice to have that 27. I mean, I'm sure I'll fill them up immediately and still have to delete stuff every day, but it's still nice to have 27 slots. Why is it not a flat 30? I don't know. So we got some FAQs here. Is a core set playable only in Standard? No, it can be used in Wild as well. Will it cost money? No, it's free. Are there dust refunds associated with this? No, we're rotating Basic and Classic, just like other card sets that have moved to Wild in the past, and providing the new core set for free. No cards in Standard or Wild are being nerfed. So it's kind of just like cards rotating. You don't get the dust back. They go to your collection still, and they're going to be usable in Wild. And you can disenchant them from there to get your dust back if you don't plan on playing Wild anymore. but no refunds, but you will be able to DE your stuff. I think it doesn't clearly state that, does it? But it makes sense. So if you have every class at 10 or higher, you do get the full core set at rotation. Core set replaces basic in classic in arena. They actually thought about arena. You can now get Gen, Baku, other Hall of Fame cards from the Witchwood in Witchwood card packs now. So that's cool. I didn't know that you couldn't. Shadowform is returning as part of the core set, but it's also going to be playable in Wild as part of the Legacy set and available for use in a classic format because it was in classic. So I guess they have classic packs, which will contain the classic cards. Can be used in Wild and in the classic format. There's so many. I'm gonna link this if you guys want to go look. I'm just gonna talk about the ones that really stand out to me. All right. I think a really important one here is what happens to Whizbang. So Whizbang's gonna remain in Wild as part of the Boomsday set, and he's gonna be updated for every major release. So if you do want to play Wild, you want to play the game and you just want to have like one card, I do think Whizbang's still going to be a solid choice. The decks that he gives you, I'm sure they're not going to really stand up against the broken Wild decks, but it'll still give you a nice little variety of decks that you can play. So when is it going live? We don't have dates. The classic format will go live with the patch for our next expansion, and the core set will go live with set rotation when content for the next expansion unlocks. So it seems like we're going to get access to classic formats before we have access to the new set. So that's pretty cool, getting access to that relatively soon, hopefully. But yeah, that seems to be it. I will link this in the description. Very exciting that we're getting a classic format and more info on this core set. We knew there was a basic classic rework going on. It's really nice to get some details on it. Hopefully they announce the new expansion soon. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to smash if you're excited for classic. Let me know what you think about classic in the comments, and good luck on ladder and stay hydrated.